Hello, I'm Jacinta and I love string of things. The string of pearls is one of my favorite plants, and now I've added a string of turtles to my collection. The string of turtles is a kind of peperomia and it does best in a cacti or succulent soil. She of course came in a hideous plastic nursery pot, so let's go through how to change her into a gorgeous terracotta pot. Let's do a quick and easy repot of the string of turtles. The string of turtles is a semi-succulent and it's actually a peperomia. It is a Peperomia prostrata. It obviously got its name because these look like little turtle shells. Very cute. I'm going to pot this up into a terracotta pot. It does have a beautiful glaze on the outside, but it is unglazed inside. Perfect for cacti, succulents and semi-succulents. You can see that the pot is not that much bigger than my plant. This is because the string of turtles has quite a shallow root system and doesn't like having too much soil around it. If there's too much potting mix, then you may get root rot because the potting mix will hold on to moisture for too long. So we are going almost smaller, but it'll fit in there beautifully and I think cascade and look lovely. So let's do that. As always, I'm going to put a mesh round in the base of my pot. There is a hole in there and this will just stop all my potting mix from falling straight through. This is one of the reasons why I can bottom water and my water doesn't get filled with soil. It's falling out from the soil that's already in there. So I'm just going to use a potting mat to try and contain some of the mess I always make. I'm just going to gently squeeze out my turtles. Have had a few turtles which have fallen off. That's okay. We will pop them on top in the new pot. I don't know what this potting medium is, but it's definitely not made for this kind of plant. That's what I mean about shallow root system. Just dreadful and so dry. So I did get it from the shops like this. I haven't had this plant sitting in this god-awful potting medium for any amount of time. She's gonna be thirsty. Big chunks of something. Very strange. Just worried that there's a death plug in here, which is why I'm trying to see. There is. If I can show you. So a death plug is this bit of material which growers use when they are cultivating, but often in the long run it's bad for the plant. So you do want to look for those and remove them when repotting. There we go. See how those, can you see that? Bits of material. This is just the driest string of turtles I've ever come across. This is what we're left with. Not much at all, but I'm going to fill this with a cacti and succulent mix. Pop this on top and give her a good water. Hopefully she'll bounce back. Okay, so I have my cacti and soil mixed here. I'm basically going to fill this pot and then put this on top because there is not much left of the original potting mix at all and she's very shallow. These plants do quite well in a shallow long tray, but I just love this one so I really want to use it. So you can see I filled almost to the top with my potting medium because there is not much left of this tiny plant. Now I'm going to sit her on top and then just backfill around. And hopefully she'll be happy. Get rid of more of this old potting mix as I go. Another bit of the material death plug I was talking about. And fill around the edges a bit more. Don't worry if some of the turtles become unlatched, because it is quite an easy one to propagate on soil, so you can just re-add them. Now all my little fallen turtles I'm going to put on the top as well, with the tiny little stem down. Normally I would bottom water this plant, but because it does have such a shallow root system and she's really been through it, I am going to top water just to make sure that this little baby survives after her big repot. Usually I would bottom water, and only every 2 to 3 weeks depending on the season. Coming out the bottom, so that's plenty. So even though we lost a few turtles along the way, I think this will be a much healthier plant after a repot into terracotta and also a appropriate soil. If you remember, I repotted my string of hearts, which was a bit of a disaster because I tried to untangle the hearts, which just don't do it. But look how full and beautiful she is now. Well worth it. And you may also remember when I repotted my string of pearls into terracotta. She's literally my pride and joy now. So even if a plant looks a little bit sad when you first repot it, it doesn't mean that it won't thrive. I love her. So let's see how this string of things fares. As for general care, the string of turtles does not need as much sunlight as my other string of things. My string of pearls, for example, gets the direct morning sunlight on the head of the plant, which makes sure that she is full and beautiful. The string of turtles, however, does best with bright, indirect sunlight, so I'm going to pop her a little bit away from the window so she doesn't get scorched. You can tell if your string of turtles is getting too much sunlight because you may start to lose the gorgeous turtle pattern. So if that's fading, it may be too much sunlight, or you may also end up with crispy turtles. Crispy plants is never good and means that you are underwatering or it's getting too much sunlight. If you're not getting enough sunlight, you may end up with leggy stems. And that's it really. That is how you pot up a string of turtles, the Peperomia prostrata. Let's see how she grows. Prostrata. The string of turtles is a semi-succulent. Is it going to overflow? Probably. Let's see.